folks, it's Nick Granville. So today I thought what I'd talk about is the Zendrive, legendary Zendrive. I find a lot of times nowadays, like a lot of younger players have never really heard these sort of things, the actual versions of these things. Let's give that a little more juice. The actual versions of things, they haven't really heard it, so they buy a modeler or something and then they're sitting down trying to figure out how to get that sound. And you sort of think, well, you don't have a starting point. This is what I thought I'd show you today as kind of a starting point. So the Zendrive, it's an interesting kind of concept in a pedal. This is my clean sound. So as you can hear, I've got some verb and a little bit of delay. Just something I like. So the one thing about the Zendrive is you can set up a clean sound like this, right? That's kind of sparkly and clean. I'm on the in-between position at the moment. Right, so you can set up a nice sparkly clean sound for that. And then when you hit the Zendrive on, if you go to the bridge pickup, you can hear it's got all that mid-range, and that's the key thing about it, is that mid-range, right? If I go to the bridge pickup, which could be quite trebly, especially with that sound I had a minute ago, then by having all that extra low mid that just kind of pushes it through, that's what makes it sound warm again, right? And it also means it's more dynamic, because guitar is mid-range, right? A lot of people get confused about this. They think of guitar as being like this sort of frequency range. All this stuff down here at the bottom, it's not a lot of use to you. It's just going to muddy up the bass, guitar, the keyboard, all the other stuff. You still want to have some bottom end in there, but you don't want to have a whole lot down there. Same within the top end. It's all mid-range is where the guitar lives, right? And this pedal, that's what it does. It's just a mid-range beast. It's all that mid-range, like big fat mid-range. So at the moment I've got the tone in the middle, voice in the middle, and gain in the middle, and then the volume kind of balanced for unity. Right? So if I turn the voice control up, so as you can hear there's this, the voice control is kind of like a treble-ish frequency, but it's a little more than that. I find about the middle is about the sweet spot, right? This is full gain. Just mindful of the guitar clipping because it's with the gain up. So that's full gain. No gain. So as you can hear, there's not a lot of gain in it. It's really not a gainy pedal. It's like a low to mid-range gain. And the thing is, like I said, it's all that low mid-range thing going on. Here's the tone control sweep. So as you can hear, the kind of sweet spot is with everything in the middle. I find that with so much music gear. It's like you set everything to 12 o'clock and then balance the volume, and that seems to be like where the sweet spot on most stuff is, right? And I mean, it must be how manufacturers are thinking about it, right? They're thinking, well, everything in the middle is kind of what the thing does, and then anything up or down from that is an adjustment. So I always just set everything at 12 o'clock, and that usually seems to work for most stuff. So, there are different versions of this. The original ones are the ones that are worth a fortune. I've heard people say that they sound different. I don't know. I've never actually owned one. This is a love pedal version. One of the later ones. This is still fairly old. It's not a new pedal. There are different colors. I had one which was a red casing. I compared them. They sounded exactly the same. It's such a good blues tone. That's really the thing. Right. As you can hear there, it's like dynamics, right? It's like there's such a dynamic pedal. And what I see a lot of people doing with their modelers and stuff is they'll use the Zendrive model in their Fractal or whatever, and they use it as a means to kind of kick at an amp that's already going. And that's a good thing, because with all that extra mid-range, it just makes the guitar sound kind of go like that, especially on a bridge pickup. It's an interesting kind of concept, isn't it? Because you would think, like, there's been this big push for more transparency in guitar tones, pedal that you turn on and you go, oh, it's very transparent, and then maybe you just add a little bit of drive or whatever. But this is completely the opposite. But that's why it's cool, I think. Anyway, I hope you found this useful. My name's Nick Granville. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I do videos every day on YouTube, so subscribe for more.